There is a moment aboard Inari when the yacht stops being a yacht and turns into a shoreline. She is at anchor, the engines are quiet, and the crew begins to fold the stern open. 3 terraces drop away from the bulwarks, one after another, and the aft deck simply keeps going. What was a side walkway is now a beach club wrapped around a pool, and the sea sits right at the edge of the teak. Benetti calls this the Oasis Deck, and until now, you had to buy a far larger boat to get one. Inari is the first 50-meter hull in her class to carry it, and she goes to her owner this month. Sit down there late in the afternoon, and you understand why owners keep asking for exactly this. You are not watching the water from a balcony a story up. You are almost in it. Light comes off the surface and moves across the ceiling behind you. You swim before lunch, and the meal runs long because nobody wants to climb back inside. Here is the figure that makes all of it possible. Inari measures 499 gross tons, and that is a deliberate choice rather than a coincidence. It parks her just under the 500 mark, the line where crewing, survey and safety rules step up into a heavier band for the whole life of a boat. Stay below it and you keep a leaner crew, a simpler certificate, and running costs you can plan around. Benetti has spent years learning how much yacht it can build underneath that line, and Inari is the answer. Deck space you would expect from something far longer, on a hull that is much easier to own. Step inside and the glass does the work. Floor-to-ceiling windows run right through her, so the horizon follows you from the saloon to your cabin, and the sea is never more than a turn of the head away. She was drawn for a full guest list, and her owner chose otherwise. They took a layout with fewer cabins, and they kept the forward suite on the main deck private. That is what a series boat still lets you do. Below all that deck living, the engineering is deliberately ordinary, in the best sense of the word. A steel hull carries an aluminium superstructure, and twin diesels turn conventional shafts. Nothing aboard is experimental, which means nothing aboard is a first for the yard to learn on while you are cruising. She holds an easy pace all day, and her tanks carry enough for a real crossing. Bring her down to 10 knots, and Inari covers around 4,500 nautical miles. Read that as an ocean rather than an afternoon. You can plan the passage properly and book the anchorage that is waiting on the other side. Her story began as a signature on a contract, long before anyone had seen this deck arrive on a hull her size. She touched the water at the Livorno yard in early summer, and she is handed over now, on the schedule the yard promised. That is the reassurance that matters when you are weighing a new build of your own. The Oasis Deck is no longer a rendering you have to imagine your way into. It is a delivered yacht you can step aboard, with a pool at the waterline and terraces that fold out over the sea. Benetti is still the largest builder afloat by volume, and this is the size where most of that volume lives. So the next hull with a stern that opens could very comfortably be yours. Come and find her in the anchorage this season, and stand on the deck where it folds down to the water.